All right, let's talk about Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens here. Obviously, Lamar lit up the stat sheet, and the film was just as impressive. It was a really strong performance by Lamar and the Ravens. So let's talk about what they were able to do so well against, admittedly, not the best defense in the league. But hey, you're doing what you're supposed to do, right? Dominating these situations. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting off with the play you see on your screen. It's going to be a man coverage play, and you have Mark Andrews one-on-one, who, again, he's kind of been, it's interesting, because I think the Ravens are a more complete offense now than they were a few years ago. Andrews definitely was kind of their guy in these situations a few years ago, though. He was like the guy who can win one-on-ones, and so we're going to try him again here. When this play begins, it's really just a clever route. We're kind of started off as though he was faking as though he's going to be running part of a pick play, but then steps further deep, and there's a lot of separation right here, and got to give credit to Lamar getting this ball out so quickly. The Giants defender doesn't have time to adjust. Lamar makes a perfect throw, and they're able to get into the end zone for a touchdown, and that was 3rd and goal too. It was after a penalty, so it's not easy to score from 13 yards out on a 3rd and goal. Now, it's, again, not the highest degree of difficulty defense that you're playing, but still, that's a difficult play to make, and they made it look easy there. Now, going over here, it was not a perfect day. You did see him fumble the ball here. So, okay, lost the fumble. That has to be mentioned, right? It's the same as an interception. We tend to only look at interceptions for quarterbacks for whatever reason. But, that's just as bad. Have to make sure you don't do that. But so, not perfect. That's fair. But let's go over here now. This was a really, really nice play by the Baltimore Ravens. So it's going to be a zone coverage concept. It's actually quarters coverage that the Giants are in. And look at Rashad Bateman's route on this one. Watch how he's going to run this. Well, watch when this play begins. You're going to see right here. You see how he's cutting as though he's going over the middle. If you look at the Giant safety who's in that area, he has his back completely turned towards Bateman. He does not see where Bateman is whatsoever. He's just in an awkward position right now to try and play either the receiver or the ball. Usually you don't want to be facing nobody on the play. Not ideal. The corner who's on that side of the field can't help out. He's covering another Ravens receiver who would be open had he left. So this is what, the only player who can make this work is the safety. And to make matters worse, Bateman isn't going to continue running the way he's showing as though he's going to continue running. Watch him instead then cut towards the sideline. Lamar sees him, hits him, and then right here, again, you're thinking, okay, surely at this point, this play is over. It's always one of those things where you get the big play, you want it to be a touchdown, right? You want the touchdown highlight. You don't want to have to just settle for a nice, big play to get inside the 5, and then your running back gets the touchdown, and you don't get, the full highlight. So watch Bateman make not just one guy miss, but multiple Giants players miss, and then gets into the end zone. So he gets the exciting highlight on top of it. That's always important here. So good stuff. Good job by Lamar Jackson to read the play, to get the ball over there. He was on the move. I kind of didn't even talk about that, but he can make those throws off balance so well. Got outside the pocket. It's great stuff by both of those two players. You also had this one where, once again, it's going to be a zone coverage concept. So you have Bateman, again, kind of trying to see if he's selling as though he's going more over the middle, but then he's going to go more towards the outside right here. And watch how when this play begins, again, there's just a window, right? Lamar's getting rid of this football so well. He's throwing with such anticipation, which is good, right? This is what we talk about with Tua a lot, right? How Tua is so good at being able to get rid of the football before your receiver is open. That's what Lamar is doing. But right here, it's open. Lamar makes a perfect throw, and they're able to pick up that big completion right there. Again, it's really good stuff here by the Ravens. And, for all the, Lamar Jackson is just the running back type stuff, which happens, right? People say that. But I've always kind of felt like people say that, but look at the passing attack around him for a lot of these years. He's often not had the best receivers. I think we've now just seen this receiving core, despite the fact that it's not that different, just play a lot better. And I think that's why we've seen, again, I know that the Josh Allen hype has gone crazy and everything. I still think he's someone who could be an MVP candidate and maybe could end the season being the MVP. I don't think that's crazy. And I also think that he's having one of, if not his best season. I don't think that's crazy either. And a big part of it is because of the passing attack around him being so much better. And then also this play, which is just unfair. These plays are so impossible to stop, I feel like, which is these play actions that the Baltimore Ravens run, where they're gonna, fake as though it could be just a pitch, but also Lamar could be running himself, right? So watch how when he scrambles up and then turns out he's actually not running, throws it down the field. I mean, look at how open this receiver is. This is entirely set up because Lamar could run, right? So some people could sit here and say, well, isn't that impressive? There's a wide open receiver. This is a throw you have to make. At the same time, like, part of why it's wide open is because of not just the threat of the run, but the threat that he could be running. As you see, puts it right on the money. They're able to pick up a big touchdown there on 3rd and 1. So yeah, again, it's just really good stuff here. But going over here, like, okay, it's fair to say, like, yeah, there was some Giants not great defense. Like, we can bring that up as well. Doesn't mean that you don't get credit for beating up on a bad defense, but it's fair. Like, for example, this play, it's going to be a blitz that the Giants are in, and they just don't run this properly. Watch as when this play begins, Justice Hill runs out running a route, and just nobody picks this up. No Giants player reads this. Usually there's someone who is, either covering him straight up, or a lot of times what you do is you have someone who, if the halfback blocks, then you rush the passer. If the halfback runs a route, then you have to cover him. Here, no one's covering him. To Lamar's credit, he reads this, gets the ball over to Hill, and to Hill's credit, he makes a bit of an awkward catch and is able to get into the end zone for a touchdown. So, hey, again, you get credit for it, right? You made the plays. But at the same time, there's no denying this is, a play that the Giants maybe did not run the way that you would want them to if you're a Giants fan. I think that's fair to say. So yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it is still the Giants. The Giants still aren't a great team, and it is what it is. At the same time, it's not like they're giving up 5 passing touchdowns to every team they're playing, right? Like, you still have to give credit to the Ravens for, you play who you play, and if you play in a game like this, you want to make sure that, if you make a key mistake or two, it won't come back to bite you. And while they didn't make those mistakes, even if they did, it wouldn't have mattered because of how quickly they won this game. Definitely one of those, this game could have been an email type of games. It kind of went as expected. Really good stuff, though, from Lamar Jackson, who, again, I thought we've moved off the Lamar Jackson MVP thing too quickly. He's had a really good season. I'm not saying he's better than Josh Allen. I'm just saying he's had a really good season and, deserves the buzz, I think. But, yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And, of course, as always, thanks for watching.